There is a new law taking effect on January 1st, 2025. It affects the world if you're booking on an American IP address. It is regarding junk fees. For instance, this Circus Hotel, normally you would only see $39. But right under that from now on, you see that this is an Expedia. No, this is hotels.com. $88 is the real price. So you will see that starting January 1st on all sites. It just so happens that hotels.com is the first to implement the change. Also, Expedia, I see today, has already done it. I looked at a few others. They have not done it, but they have to do it by law by January the 1st. And it will definitely change the way resort fees are snuck in, because you cannot sneak them in anymore. You might not see what they exactly are. You don't know what part of that is the taxes, but you can dig deeper and find out if you want. But the only thing that matters to you, most likely, is that price. And once you see that it's $88, it's not $39, you have the right to compare it to another hotel. Maybe it's still the cheapest. In fact, it will be. But that's just Circus. There are some much more sneaky ones than Circus that don't even make any sense. So booking will be easier. I was checking hotels.com on Christmas Eve, and here's the prices just for your reference. Harrah's $79, really $141. $312 for Fontainebleau, total really $400. Westgate $74. Actually $134. These resort fees started at resorts. So when you think about a resort, you don't really think about Las Vegas. You think about a Caribbean island of some sort. That's what we, thought were resorts. And then people started calling their hotels resorts, so that the fee sounds like a luxury tax that of course you're paying it because you're staying at such a great property. But it came into the United States in the early 2000s, and it got a hold of Las Vegas around 2004. And for the longest time, all Caesars property, I think there was 13 at the time, had a policy that they were not going to charge resort fees, and that was going to be their advertisement. That was going to be their bargaining chip against MGM hotels. They even had it plastered all over what was Bally's, is now Horseshoe, and that banner or that window film stayed on that hotel for I think 5 years before they decided, their stockholders said, hey, charge resort fees. MGM's doing it and no one cares. They're paying it. And I saw them scraping off that window film one day when I was walking down Las Vegas Boulevard, and I thought to myself, they're not doing that because that window film's worn out. And sure enough, as soon as they got it off of that window, I looked on every website the next day, and there was the resort. Well, it didn't say the words no resort fee anymore. You had to go through the 5 pages of your booking, putting in your credit card, everything before you found out that there's going to be a resort fee. And back then, they didn't even have to tell you, well, they did, but they didn't do it, but they were legally, they were supposed to tell you what the resort fee was, but you didn't find out until you got to the hotel and you paid it up front, even though you booked your room maybe with hotels.com or Expedia or booking.com or whoever, and you had already paid. Everything's paid, and you walk up to the counter and all of a sudden you owe $300 more, and because you're staying multiple days and it adds up, and all of a sudden, well, I was going to use that $300 to win 1,000 on the slot machine. So now you're not going to win as much on the slot machine. Now your kids can't eat. It's a vicious cycle. Can't pay your lawn man. You can't pay your electricity bill. But you're in Vegas, so enjoy it. But anyway, this is what it is. It's for the whole world. If you're booking from a United States VPN or IP address, you're going to get the booking that's totally transparent from now on. This also applies to other things, airline tickets, cruise tickets, movie tickets, and I think the concert tickets is probably the biggest abuser of that. You're paying $69 for a ticket to a concert, and it's all of a sudden $94.60, and your head's spinning with all the explanation of it. But hotels have been doing it before the concerts, even before the airlines. I think the airlines might have been right there with them. You see Frontier and Spirit send you an email that says $29.95 one way, and of course it's never the place you want to go. But even if they give you 4 places you could go for $29.95, you think, I gotta go, or else I'm losing money. And then you keep reading and reading, and it's all of a sudden $69.80. So it's not $29, and then you got to pay that on the way back. And then you got to pay for your luggage. Then you got to pay for your pretzels and your water. And if you want a aisle seat, and if you want a window seat, and if you want to ride inside the plane, all kind of details you got to pay attention to. But now all this is going to be transparent. So on your airline ticket, it's going to say that's a middle seat. That's no luggage, that's no pretzels, that's no water, no oxygen if we get into a crash. All that is extra.